Right, let me now turn to the full complement of DD India's reporters covering the elections from all parts of the country. We have reporters standing by in Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra. First to you, Amritpal. Amrit, so you've been traveling in the western part of Uttar Pradesh for some time now. Talk to us a bit, if you will, about the seats that will go to the polls in the third phase on the 7th of May.
Okay, there are 10 seats which go to the polls on the 7th of May. They include Sambhal, Bareilly, Hathras, Agra, Fatehpur Sikri, Mainpuri, from where Dimple Yadav who's a sitting MP also, because she won in the by-polls in 2019. Mulayam Singh Yadav had won from there. After his death, Dimple contested that seat and is a sitting MP. She's again contesting from there against BJP's Thakur, Rajveer Singh Thakur. So these are the seats which go to polls. Amla, Badaun. So these seats go to polls. Now these seats are disparate in terms of the issues that, for example, where I am in Agra, leather industry is a big industry. So their issues revolve around leather availability of skilled manpower. But in other places like Mainpuri, Etah, Sambhal, which are agricultural belts, issues of irrigation, agriculture are the dominant issues. In say Firozabad, where there's a big glass industry, the issues related to the glass industry are there. So in that sense, there are other issues. I mean, women's safety, the law and order situation, the need for education, jobs for youngsters. So these kind of issues are playing. And of course, though not desirable, but caste plays an important role in Uttar Pradesh. You have lived quite a part of your life in Uttar Pradesh, Ramesh, you know. So if the first two phases were Jat dominated, this is an area which is Yadav dominated, which has been traditionally been the vote bank of the Samajwadi Party. So in most seats, it's a two-way contest between the Samajwadi Party and the BJP. At one odd seat, the Congress has also fielded a strong candidate, for example, in Fatehpur Sikri. At three other seats, BSP is in a strong contest. So these are the, this is what the political landscape of the region which goes to polls, these 10 seats in Uttar Pradesh on the 7th of May looks like. Ramesh?
All right, we leave it at that. Amrit, thank you. That was Amritpal Singh reporting from Agra in Uttar Pradesh. Amrit, do stay on. Let me go across to my other colleague, Meghna Zev in Gujarat, and we'll come to more of our colleagues in just a bit. To you first, Meghna, how is the campaigning coming along in Gujarat?
Yes, so definitely with less than a week to go for the polls in Gujarat, we will see all the 25 seats in Gujarat, though there are 26 seats, but one seat where we saw the BJP candidate in Surat win uncontested. So 25 seats will be going to polls out of the 26 seats. We definitely see that the campaigning has picked up in the past week. We saw Priyanka Gandhi Vadra campaign here in South Gujarat. We also saw Rahul Gandhi in the Union Territory of Daman and Diu. Besides that, obviously, Amit Shah, the BJP senior leader, who is also a candidate from the Gandhinagar Lok Sabha seat, has been constantly campaigning here. Even last night, he was there in Ahmedabad to campaign for one of because Ahmedabad has two seats, so he was campaigning for one of them. Besides, we definitely see now Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be campaigning today as well, and tomorrow also. He has multiple rallies lined up, specifically in the Saurashtra region, which is Jamnagar, Junagadh. He will also be campaigning in Anand, where there is a good fight between the Congress and the BJP. We will have, the former Gujarat president of the Congress, Amit Chabra, who is contesting from the Anand seat. So obviously there is a fight between the BJP candidate and the Congress candidate there. But having said all of that, the BJP is obviously known for a clean sweep here in Gujarat. But this time around, when we saw in assembly elections, 52% of the votes went for the BJP. This time around, BJP will try to encash it and secure all the seats in Gujarat. But we definitely see a good fight in Banaskantha, which is in the north of Gujarat. We see a good fight in Bharuch, which is a tribal district, where Chetar Wasawa from the Aam Aadmi Party, who has been fielded by the Indie Alliance, he is contesting against Mansukh Wasawa of the BJP. We also have another candidate of the Indie Alliance in Bhavnagar. So definitely this time around, there in a few places there is a good fight between the BJP and the Congress. We definitely do not have a multi-party system here in Gujarat, but despite that, two candidates of the Indie Alliance have been fielded here in Gujarat.
Right, from Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat, now let me take you to Maharashtra, where my colleague Shyama Mishra is standing by. Shyama, any key contests to watch out for in the state?
Well, Ramesh, for starters, we understand that Maharashtra is an important state in terms of the numbers of seats which goes to polls. And in the third phase, that will be on May 7th, Maharashtra will be having 11 seats in the fray. And a lot of candidates would be running their fate in this third phase. So we understand a lot of key competitions are going to happen, and some of the important or hot seats here in the 11th, in the third phase of the 11 seats are Baramati, Satara, Sangli. All these are some of the hot seats. We'll start with Baramati because we understand that Baramati has been a synonym for the Pawars, and this time around it is Pawar versus Pawar. So Supriya Sule, the daughter of NCP Sharad Pawar, Supremo of the NCP, she's been there since 3 terms, and she's up against Sunetra Pawar, who is the wife of Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. So both are pitted against each other. Supriya Sule is going to go with all her work she's been doing in these 3 terms to the people, and she's been campaigning about that. Sunetra Pawar, on the other hand, she's backed up by Mahayuti. So a lot of campaigning for her also is going on. An interesting thing to watch over here is that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he himself has addressed around 7 rallies in a matter of 4 days in Maharashtra, and the campaigning game is real strong. In Satara, we have the 13th descendant of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Srimant Udayan Raje Bhosle. He is against Maha Vikas Aghadi's Shashikant Shinde. Shashikant Shinde is a former minister. So that is also going to be interesting. In 11 seats, there are 3 regions, geographical regions of Maharashtra. Western Maharashtra, we have Marathwada, and we also have the Konkan. So from Konkan, we have 2 seats, which is Raigad. Raigad is known to be popular for the Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena. So we have former Union Minister Anand Gite. He's standing there. Up against him is Mahayuti's candidate. Even in Sindhudurg and Ratnagiri, we have Union Minister Narayan Rane. He has been from Rajya Sabha, but this time around he is contesting from Lok Sabha, and against him he is Mahavikas Aghadi's Vinayak Raut, and Vinayak Raut is also known to have a
Shyama, I'm afraid I'll have to interrupt you there. That's all we have time for at the moment on this broadcast. Shyama Mishra in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and Amritpal Singh at Agra in Uttar Pradesh. Thank you for now. Appreciate it.